Aloha, welcome to Pure Aloha Talk, the podcast where we share inspiring stories and connect with amazing individuals. I'm your host, Kekoa Pure Aloha Carvalho. Before we introduce our guests, I want to give a special shout out and mahalo to Schaefer's Roofing and Construction, All for God, Laverne's, Signal Hawaii, and Local Joe's West. All right, now let's welcome our guests. Please introduce yourself, share a little bit about like who you are, what's your name, and where you're from.
Okay, hi family. My name is Alex. I'm from Waipahu. That's right. Go. Hey. I am 32 years old. I think I'm 32, 93. I always forget how old I am.
What's the thing? What after 30, just forget it.
Yeah.
I know. I feel you on that.
Just get blackouts. I'm a mom of 3 boys, and I'm also a recovering addict.
Oh, right on. Proud of you. Same, yeah. Okay. So how long you been in recovery, if you don't mind me asking?
I got clean August 18th of 2020. So 5 years. I mean, 5 years clean this year.
Yeah. Oh, right on. Says, whoa, I don't know it was that long. Oh, that's a blessing.
Only by God's grace.
Yes, amen. But God is amazing. And I know how hard it is personally to be in recovery, you know, and keep fighting a good fight. But you know, with God, of course, we can.
Yes.
And I always live by that. So congratulations on that. Thank you. So, you know, how was it growing up? Where you from?
You know, I'm a product of 2 addict parents. You know, God bless my parents. They are both in heaven. They have gained their wings.
Oh, sorry.
You know, and I'm literally a product of the system. Yeah, it was back and forth with my parents getting me back, losing me, getting me back, losing me. You know, so I aged out at the age of 19 with, unfortunately, I had 2 of my kids by the time I was 16, but I only could age out with 1 of my kids. Oh. You know, growing up, it was rough. You know, a lot of that unhealthy lifestyles and behaviors, it was just normalized, right? Mm-hmm. The stealing, the eating, the robbing, the fighting, the domestic violence, homelessness, by any means necessary, right? I thought that was normal. My parents told us we had to do it, and that was okay. And unfortunately, I carried that into my adult life for many of years. You know, and sad to say, you know, we all say, like, oh, I would never put my kids through what my parents put me through. But unfortunately, I did. But by God's grace, I was able to outgrow that lifestyle. And I'm still a work in progress.
Yeah, I feel you on that, you know, same, you know. You know, when we first get our kids, especially at a young age, you know, we're still learning and growing. We don't know what to do. Right. I had my oldest when I was young too, and my oldest is it shows from my oldest compared to my other kids. My other kids don't know me from my past. My oldest one knows me all my past, because I had her in that environment everywhere I went. She was always with me, and it showed when she got older. You know what I mean? So she's dealing with all that and everything. And the best thing I try to do is just always be there for her. I don't force her for anything. So I understand, you know what I mean? Because as parents, we like what you're saying, right? Like we don't know how to be parents. We don't know what to do, but we just keep trying our best.
Right.
And that's why we can keep doing it, trying, because I believe nobody knows how to parent.
Right.
That's why I don't judge no parent, cause no matter where you came from, no matter what you're doing, no matter you're homeless or you're rich and whatever, however you lick your kids, anything like that, like, bro, I don't judge anybody. Everybody parent their own way and how they know how to do them. You know what I mean? My father, his father was way more worse than how my father was. My father abused me. My father really got more abuse from his father, so that's how he knew. Right. You know, you're the oldest boy, that's how you get. You're going to toughen up. Right. And he did that to me. And I made sure that, I did that to my oldest daughter. As fucked up it was, like, because I thought that's how you parent. I was doing it to my oldest daughter, right? Like, she fuck up and give her lickings. Right. You know what I mean? Like that, but as a man, I shouldn't be hitting my daughters like that, right?
So like I was raised like this, so I can raise my kids like that, right?
So, you know, I live with that now, planning to this day. Like, I still live with that, and I still battles that I fight, and it's hard for me to forgive to God. You know, so when I got into my recovery and I got clean and sober, that's one thing I told myself and my other kids, I'm not gonna ever lick them. You know, and my family, their models, I was like, no, give a lick. I go, no, I'm scared in this way. You know what I mean? Because when I give lick, I give lick.
We get the red phone up from the state.
You know what I mean? So like, no, I don't want it anymore. Okay, just give them whatever they like. Better that way for me. You know what I mean? For me, it's better that way. But then, so I understand, you know, nobody perfect, it's all it is.
There's no manual to this parenting, right? God knows, say, I'm going to create this creation and you're going to be the best parent No, it doesn't work like that.
Yes.
We learn and we grow, and I'm unlearning a lot of things too, you know, and like I'm just proud of myself to where I am today and where I used to be, but there's still a lot of work that I'm putting in on myself, you know,
I'm proud of you too.
I thought once I got clean, I show up to my kids like, okay, mommy's clean now. Come on, we're gonna be a happy family, and you better forgive me now because that's not what. And it's like, well, hold up, right? Because you ain't hurt us. You ain't put us through some trying times, mom. You ain't abandon us, neglect us, choose men over us, all of these things, right? So I gotta give myself some grace and some time to accept their truth because that's their story. And when they're ready, then, okay, we can handle what we gotta handle. But I always tell them, you know, when you're ready to ask me any questions and you wanna know the truth, I'm here. But one thing you better be sure of is when you're ready for asking me those questions, you better be ready for those answers. Because I'm not going to lie to you. I don't care if the thing will make you happy, sad, hurt your feelings, whatever. I'm going to tell you the truth. And half of it I'm not proud of, right? But like I learned in recovery early on from this lady that I loved so dearly, you know, she always told me if I knew better, I would do better. So now that I know better, now I'm doing better, you know?
I love that. And thank you for sharing that. Yes. All right. Okay, next question. What motivates you to do what you do now, and what drives your passion? You know, right now I see your videos all over TikTok, and you do your prep talks and that, and I love it. You know, and one of them is the one, you know, only do the girls, go and do the boys.
That's right.
Yeah, simple as that. That's so true. Because I used to be on Do the Boy, and I was with all Do the Girls. Your full baby mamas. Nah, I'm not saying you do the girls, but you know, I love them mamas.
I should have bought my spoon. Stay in my car. Bye.
nah, just leave. But man, yeah, I love it. So yeah, so like, how that always start? Like, what made you just do that?
Get into social media?
Yeah, and started making these videos and everything.
So when I look back at the time, thank you. When I look back at the time, I just lost my mom.
Oh, sorry.
Right, and I was going through a very toxic, unhealthy relationship. God bless him, you know, for whatever path he's on now. You know, not to down talk him or whatever in the situations, but I was like, what can I do? You know, what can I do to take up my time and occupy my mind? And it all started with me just revealing my mom's urn. And I got so much positive feedback, love, and prayers. And I was like, wow, that's something I need right now, right? Because I literally felt like my world was just crashing apart because, you know, when you lose both your parents and you say it out loud, like, I'm parentless. Like, that hits different. You know what I mean? Like, wow, I'm in this world and I have no parents, you know? And that hit for me. And so I just started posting more pictures, and it started with the grief journey. And then I just started sharing about me being in recovery. And then that happened. And then me being a mom. And it just started, I don't know, it just started attracting all types of different audiences. And then over time, like, as you can tell, my page is all over the place. I don't just stick to one thing. But yeah, it's crazy, you know. And in recovery, they tell you, right? Like, we all have a message. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
And I don't know who I'm going to touch, when and how. But I know I'm touching somebody.
Oh,
right?
yes.
And
of course.
It's just truly a blessing to just come out and share my truth and bring people out of their silence, break them out of their silence, let them know that they don't have to suffer in silence, you know, and that they're not alone. Because I wish I had that growing up. And I think that's where my social media really evolves from, right? It's, I wish I had when I was younger, especially in my younger years. But you know what, today I get to show up for me in the best way that I can too sometimes.
I love that. Yes. You know, that's true to say, you know what I mean? Like, since, you know, and I always say, like, the real ones, bro. The one that's really out there sacrificing, giving their time. And not even forget anything, just, we've been there. We know how it feels to be alone. And when we ask for help, nobody didn't show up. So, you know what I mean? That's good. I love what you're doing because, like, everybody get on story. Me, you, right? We get on story. And my story only going to help us so much people that can relate to them. You know what I mean? But then there's other people out there going to relate to your story when you share their story. You know what I mean? Might not relate to mine, but they're going to relate to yours.
Right.
And that's why I encourage everybody, especially everybody in recovery or had on past that finally been changed, for speak up and share their story. In the beginning, of course, it's embarrassing. You know, when they go out there and say that, oh, we addicts, we did crystal meth, we smoke crack. That's embarrassing, right? You know what I mean? Because when we was doing the drugs, we was hiding in the corner, in the dark. You know what I mean, right? But then, because the truth, right? Yeah. Yeah, you know what I mean? So when we change and then we start speaking about it, and that was my thing too. I was embarrassed, but after that, like when you made your first video and everybody came to you, you know what I mean? And the love and support you got, it showed that you wasn't alone.
Right.
I got other people out there that are going exactly to do the same thing as you, and then boom, right there. You know, we all get on purpose. God give us some purpose. And all we can do is just keep fighting the good fight every day to keep living in our purpose.
Yes,
so
amen.
Thank you so much for sharing that. Right on. Okay. On to the next question. What has been the most challenging experience you faced, and how did you overcome it?
That's a good question. Definitely getting clean, you know. I honestly thought that everybody used substances, like, especially now that I'm a mom again, all over again, right? And where do you find the energy to take care of these kids? Where do you find the time? Because 24 hours is not enough,
Yeah.
right? And when I was actually in my disease, I didn't think that I had a problem, because my kids was going to school. Was they going every day on time? It's nobody's business. Was their clothes clean? Did I feed them, right? No, but they went, they showed up, they're alive and they're breathing. You know, and I thought I wasn't hurting nobody, you know, but after I lost everything, and my rock bottom, and I share this all the time, right? It has levels to it, right? Like there's a basement, then an underground railroad, and then you're a secret tunnel underneath that. And when I hit that, and I literally just checked out of reality, right? Where I was like literally talking to myself. I couldn't like believe that my son was gone. I looking for him, telling people for come look for me, come with me to go look for me because your son got taken away. I was like, okay, you know, and I almost hurt somebody. I put their life in danger, and I was like, I need help, right? And for me, that was scary, right? To admit that I had a problem, and I had this problem for 19 years. And I don't have my son, I don't have my boyfriend, I have no money. Like, I'm just like, I had nothing. And to start all over in that tight spot that I was in, it was so different for me. And that was scary, you know, but what I did do was I made myself on promise. Like, okay, all these other times, nothing worked. So maybe this time I'm going to try to do them your way. Because you know everything, right? Because I stupid, I don't know nothing. You right, I'm wrong. You big, I'm small. So, okay, you telling me let's do this treatment and put the drugs down and give this a try. Let's do it then. Because I wanted to prove you wrong. Not because I believed in myself at that moment, but because I wanted to prove you wrong, you know? And if that's what it takes for some people, then let that be the drive.
Yeah.
But just get to that point of moving forward. And that's what it was for me. And it was scary, but it's one of the best decisions that I ever made in my life. And I wish somebody told me sooner, right? That came out there when I was out there and just doing the most, right? Hey, you know what, sis? If you put down the substances, your life can get better. Nobody told me that. They're so busy judging me, belittling me, telling me about everything I did wrong and how come I still rocking the boat, you know what I mean? Because I was so busy chasing dope, dick, and dollars. That was all that was important to me, right? But yeah, I wish somebody came out there sooner and told me to stop and there's a new way to do things and a better way of life. And today I have those things because I decided to place all bets on me, you know?
Oh, I love that. Thank you for sharing that. Especially the part where you say, you know, that what made you start, you want to prove them wrong.
Yeah.
And that was your drive, right?
Yeah.
You know, I can relate to that. I was like, mine was my mother. I had mother issues, mommy issues, right? My dad was locked up. I had my mom. My mom was barely there because she was always working for provide for us. So she worked like 2-3 jobs. The only time I would see my mom was when she was picking me up from the police station, bailing me out. I have to leave work, come see me, right? So I blame everything on my mother, of course, you know what I mean? I'm the oldest boy, blame everything on my mother, I had mommy issues. And when I got clean and I finally was doing it after my drug overdose getting clean, she was like the one just always just saying like negative things. And that's only gonna last a little while. You can go right back to it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, boom, I make a month. I watch, I give him watch. Next month he'll be right back. Like, fuck that, cause it, no way, fuck that. Because and that, you know, I wanted to prove her wrong every time, prove her wrong. And then I got asked to join the Mr. Hawaii USA pageant.
That.
Yeah, so everybody, and especially my model, was telling me, bro, you doing something like that? Fuck, bro, that's not you. That's not who you are. Come on now, Quad. Stop fooling yourself. I like, because I wasn't going to do them. I was like, I already told her no. She didn't know that. But I just told her about it. Oh, I got asked for being on a pageant. She ain't going to be on no pageant. You. Come on now, go. And that's why I did them.
Nice.
Because different prove I'm not wrong, you know what I mean? So, and then sometimes that is the drive, bro. Let that be the drive, like you said. I love that. So thank you for sharing that. That needed to be said out there. That was a good one. Thank you. Right on. I love it, bro. You're hitting everything. Keep it real. I can relate to planning that. I love it. Oh. Okay. Next question. What's the most important lesson you learned throughout your journey? You know, you've been saying planning cool stuff, so you've been hitting it, but
one of the biggest things, you know, and shout out to my sponsor. I cannot say her name, and I'm learning that, right? But
got you.
one thing that she always tells me is baby steps. right? And that lets me know, one, I'm not perfect, right? Two, it's okay to make mistakes, right? And I'm not doing these things by myself today. I have a support system. I have a village. Shout out to my people. You guys know who you are.
Let's go.
You know that.
Love that.
They pick me up. They hold me. They don't co-sign my bullshit, right? They keep it to me straight. You know what, girl, enough already. Stop playing the victim.
Love that.
Right? Do you want solutions or do you want to stay in the mess? And I have that type of reminders today, and that kind of helped today. And but like going back to baby steps, you know, that just holds so much weight to me, and it lets me know that no matter what, I am important. And those who see me. And those who hear me, they hear me. They pay attention to me. You know, and I struggled with that early in recovery is, you think nobody cared. And, you know, I remember when this one lady would say, oh, you know, hey, welcome, Alex. And I was like, patting myself down. You know, what's she like for me now? Let me see what I get. And she just genuinely, like, wanted to hug me, right? And and there's all these cliches that they say, right? And it just holds so much weight. But one of my biggest lessons is that as long as I get up every day and I do what I gotta do, that's all that matters. If I can say I've done my best and I've given it my all, then hey, I'm good, right?
Yes.
Because I'm not perfect.
Oh yeah, nobody is. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, right on.
Baby steps.
And that is the just like me, same thing. Recovery. I learned it's important to recognize the little things. And I always say this because this is what one thing took notice of me when I first got into recovery. I woke up one morning and I heard the birds singing outside the window. I never did recognize that ever in my life. And that but how beautiful that was.
Yeah.
I was like, wow. And that just little things like that is what I took for granted for, bro. That's beautiful. That's Mother Nature. So God's put us all around. These beautiful little things. Birds singing to you. First thing you wake up, that give you that positive vibe. You know what I mean? Like, so I always share that because that was one big thing, just one little thing like that I never did take notice of. Like everything wrong. We live on a beautiful island because we get all these mountains. People go hiking. I never did go hiking in my life until I got clean and sober.
Nice.
I started doing these hikings, all that, the one, the Pure Boston, Maili, all that kind of stuff. I never did do, you know, like local boy stuff. I never did go fishing, all that kind of stuff, everything. But that was one of my goals, like try to do more local boy stuff because my lifestyle was wanting to just stalk the streets.
Accustomed to that lifestyle, addicted to that lifestyle.
Yeah, so that's what it was, you know what I mean? So I always got what kind of wine you call? Fuck, I was the wine on the streets, cause don't worry over that. That's
everybody, oh, kite, that kite.
Yeah, but all right, could share that. Okay. Okay, now, you know, towards the ending of the podcast, I like to share, you know, like to ask funny questions. Okay. Because we got serious and deep, so I like to bring them back and we just ask some funny questions.
Bending my paw already.
So you know, that whole that's your catchphrase. I don't care what anybody say. You know, do the girls, go do the boys.
That's right.
I love that,
That's
and
right.
we're talking about it. You gotta make a shirt like that.
Stay tuned for the merch drop.
Gee, yeah, I love that, bro. That's one of my favorite videos, bro, and I love it. Oh, okay. If you could have any superpower for one day, what would it be, and how would you use it?
Ooh. I think to heal people. Any type, whether it's mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, just by one touch, maybe.
Right on.
You know?
Yeah.
Because we live in one ugly world. It's a dog-eat-dog world, and you know, you never know what people are waking up to and waking up with. Less than they did yesterday, and some more than they did yesterday. You know, and like now that I am trying to be a better person, right? Like that's just my goal. I like spread more positivity than negativity. Because I used to do that negative stuff for fun. Yeah. Because I got time. Do you have the time? Because I'm ready to drain your clock. You know? And,
I feel,
that negative, it comes so quick. So now it's just like, I just like spread love and positivity. You know, I love to laugh. I love laughing. I think I love my own laugh.
I love it, bro. I love that. That's cool. Oh, bro. Right on. Thank you. You know, and that's usually my answer all the time is I'm healing, especially like mentally. You know, because a lot of people suffering that more than anything. So that's my zone too. What is your favorite go-to local snack?
I mean, I just love snacks all the way around. I don't think I have a favorite snack.
Oh, I feel you. There's one thing in recovery when I got clean and sober, sweets, bro.
Yeah.
See, like, I hated sweets before. I hated it. Even like my juices, I'd have to water them down, everything like that. Then I got clean and sober, and like, I gotta eat a bowl of cereal before I go to sleep. I gotta eat cookies and milk before I go to sleep. It helps out. And I went to the doctor and I told them about that, and they said because I drank so much before, that now I'm not drinking in my body, trying to find all the sugar, because alcohol get plenty sugar. So I never knew that.
Yeah.
So the doctor told me that. So which makes sense because nighttime is where I drank the most.
Yeah.
So that's why I need, like, I always need, like, right after you both cereal, cookies and milk like that, I go right, I knock out. Sometimes I'll DoorDash me a shake. Oh, I eat that shake, boom, I'm all cold. Cause after that, like, yeah, but that was was my biggest thing, the sweets.
I get up and I don't snack. I just make me a whole plate of leftovers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's my other half.
Yeah. That's my snack.
My other half does that. She wake up like 12 o'clock midnight. Oh, baby, you're hungry. Like, oh, God. Go grind me.
Our party's getting started, Daddy. Got this.
Let's go. Oh, right on. Love it. It's one of my favorite ones so far. This right now. Okay. And finally, what's the aloha for the day? Share a message out there for everybody.
Aloha for the day is to move with aloha. No matter what you got going on, I don't care what side of the bed you woke up on or underneath the bed, you better get up and get your spirit right before you talk to anybody, you leave your house. Just get right with self. Check in with yourself. How we doing? Is it safe to go outside? And if you can go outside because you regulate, then how are you going to make somebody else's there?
Yeah.
Because maybe they never have the ability or the knowledge or the tools to check themselves and get pono itself, right? And I like to say that too. Just move with aloha because, like I said, you never know what people are going through and what they're facing.
Exactly.
And just a little, and I wasn't always unhappy, like, hi, you know what I mean? Like, the people that know, they know I was petty Betty, negative Nancy, sour Sally, you know what I mean? Off the jump. And now it's like, I tell people, good morning, and I'm not happy. I'm having a rough morning. I'm overstimulated. I'm checked out. Tomorrow better not happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but
I feel you.
just move with aloha, people. Because you never know who needs it. You never know who needs to just hear it. You know what I'm saying? Because even if you don't mean it, like, fake it to make it if you got to.
I love that. Yeah, for
But
real.
eventually, you're going to feel them.
You're going to feel them. You keep doing that every day. You're going to feel them. I love that. That's true. That's like, even if you don't want to, but just do them. Because eventually you're going to be like, oh, yes, I love it. So I like keep doing. And that's what I tell everybody, like, that's my new high. You know what I mean? Like, that's how I can do. I've been doing, like, community work, all this kind of stuff for years. And there's a reason why I could do them for so long, because that's my new high. Right? I chase that because I love the feeling that I get after. You know what I mean? Like, that feeling is just amazing. I don't even know how to explain it.
Fills your cup,
Yes.
I would love to get involved, but I see you walking across half the island, and I'm like, can I ride a bike?
That's going to be next year.
I'll drive along, you guys.
Okay.
And I love to beat my heart.
There we go. Yeah, we're all looking for a driver for follow-ups.
On the next one.
You know how we walk further and so you can drive forward.
Yeah,
I love that. Let's
drive
go.
with aloha.
There we go. Let's definitely make one like that, because we was planning on bike ride around the island of Oahu next year.
Okay.
So right there, you can follow us in our car. You can drive with a logo, make one big thing. And that's serious though. For
Make
real.
sure the people driving behind me are not the only one here. Look at who she thinks she is.
Yeah. Gee. Oh man, I love it. That was a good one. Thank you. All right, let's share with our viewers out there your social media handles and where they can find you and stuff.
Okay, so you can follow me on Instagram and TikTok, both at Aunty Loca. I love you guys. Thank you guys for all your love and support. Means the most to me.
Yeah.
And don't make me bust out my spoon, okay?
Yeah. Gee. Right on, everybody. And I'm Kiko Pure Aloha. Mahalo for tuning in to the Pure Aloha Talk Podcast. And this was one of my favorite ones so far, guys. Just letting you guys all know. I loved it. Mahalo, sis, for coming on. Thank you so much.
for having me. I appreciate you, my brother.
And make sure you guys subscribe to our YouTube, Kiko Pure Aloha, Instagram, Pure Aloha Talks. All right. Aloha. Boom. Boom.